On to you, Scorpios out here. So you have the Tower, which is Scorpio, the World, and then you have the Ace of Cups. So, okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, so, all right, so there's a sense of you Scorpios, right? Allowing yourselves to essentially not be afraid of who's attracted to you versus who's not. So in other words, I know that sounds a little bit off. So in other words, it's a sense of you Scorpios not being afraid to actually be in love, but there's a sense of, because of that, right? You know that other people are going to be afraid of that. So there's difficulties that's coming with that, and you Scorpios are essentially prepared for what that means, right? Because when you're not afraid of it, right, and you're actually looking for somebody for real, they're going to give you a difficult time. They're going to give you a difficult time. And the reason why it is that they will give you a difficult time is because of the fact that they're not ready for it. And I've talked about this before, that a lot of people are so stupid, they're never going to be ready for it, right? So you definitely have to separate yourself from them, go try your hand with somebody else, someone that's more fit, right, to be said relationship with. Because if you're looking for dumb individuals to actually become true to themselves, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but more often than not, it's not going to happen. And so you have the Six of Swords and the Queen of Cups, right? They're only going to emotionally control you and get you to think that they've grown up, changed, and advanced, and they haven't. You know, they're just as conniving as they usually are. It's just that the situation with them is that they're just trying to convince you that they have changed, right? Those types of individuals. So if you are looking for somebody, because that's what I'm seeing here, if you're looking for somebody, the best policy is for you to basically just be open to that. See, a lot of times people trying to get themselves into relationships, but then they are on guard, super on guard. I'm not saying for you not to have your guard up, but what I'm saying is you got to get more loose. And I don't mean loose in a sense of like being out there and being for the streets. What I mean when I say loose, I'm talking about loose in the sense of relaxed. Pay attention to what's going on, because it's like an MMA fight, right? It's like y'all know I love mixed martial arts and combat sports, right? Y'all know this. If you know me, you know that. So it's like an MMA fight, right? How are you gonna win at that fight if you basically, all right, you're fighting for love, you're fighting to have love. How are you gonna win that fight if you're super tight? Okay, you're playing, okay, that's nice. You're playing defense and you're on the defensive. But at some point, in order to win, you have to go on the offense. Right? So what's the best way for you to do that? You gotta fight long. You gotta be loose. You know what I'm saying? You have to be in control of yourself, not just so scared to the point where you get tight. And when you are loose and you are fighting your fight, when you're playing your game, are you going to get socked? Yeah, but that's just something that you're going to have to learn to eat. That's a part of the game. Same thing when it comes to being in love. I've talked about this plenty of times. Love and pain are in the same vein, right? You're going to be out here getting to know other people, right? And they will play with you. They will think that they're playing with you. They will think that they're not into you as far as being in a functional relationship. and they want to waste time, or they end up wasting time because they ain't really got it like that. Guess what? You have to be not okay with it totally, but you have to accept it and be okay with it to a certain extent. Why? Because if you're not going to find love. But as far as this person is concerned, if you Scorpios have anybody in your life right now and you want to know what's going on, boom, this person is wasting your time. This person is wasting your time because, and some of you Scorpios have someone that is coming to you that is going to be wasting your time. So if you have anybody coming back or trying to be, that you're trying to get to know and you're trying to figure out what this person is on, they're wasting your time. The Three of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Five of Wands right here represents how you Scorpio, right? Because what a lot of you Scorpios are not, well, you probably are getting, right? Or you probably are understanding, is just as it is that I tell Taurus, most people are dumb. Most people are dumb, and it's like, oh, that's pretty messed up way to look at things. It's like, no, most people on earth are dumb. Why is it that you think there's tribes in Brazil, I'm not gonna say where, but there's tribes in Brazil and South America that preserve their culture? What do you think that they're doing? They're preserving their science. They're practicing Moorish forest culture, right? They handling their business. They're preserving how to survive in the jungle and in the Amazon and these harsh environments. That's a person who's a genius, because you mean to tell me that that person learn on a daily basis how to survive a harsh environment? That person could definitely live in New York. you know what I'm saying? But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, but don't waste your time trying to make something correct and fit for what is not. Accept it, right? Like, accept, you got to take that. The person is wasting your time, cool. So just go off and speak to somebody else, because what I'm seeing here is you Scorpios want to know if this person is into you, and it's like they're giving you mixed signals. And that's a problem in on itself, that they're giving you mixed signals, because if a person gives you mixed signals where it's like you're all over the place, you don't know what's going on, then 10 chances to 1, these people are giving you, right? What they're trying to show you is that they're the ones who's dysfunctional, and they're not ready for a relationship, right? And you Scorpios, right? We're gonna get into it, right? The Ten of Swords, and then you have the Five of Wands. So now you feel betrayed because you Scorpios were willing to put in so much work, or you could have, right? But then you have the Five of Wands, and but this person just doesn't owe you an explanation, or they think that they don't owe you an explanation. None of that. And what I'm trying to tell you, Scorpios, is this, right? What I'm trying to tell you is this, that you Scorpios can be really great for somebody, but it doesn't mean that they will actually be ready as of yet. Because most people are not ready. You start talking to people about love, and they come up with all kind of excuses. They come up with all kind of excuses, and it's like, so stop trying to be in a relationship then. Everybody's trying to make love transactional nowadays. And it's like, oh, what about such and such? People don't really love you like that, X, Y, Z. Listen. So then stop trying to be in relationships. Just pay for it if you're trying to make it transactional. Because it's already transactional. Pay for it then. Honor the transaction for what it is and pay for it. It's like, nah, everybody looking for love, but at the same time, when you start talking to them about love, now everybody wants to make it transactional. That makes no sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. And see, this is why it is that I'm saying. This is why it is that I'm saying that things happen the way that they have with you, because what you Scorpios are not understanding is that this is about your journey, and this is not about other people giving you a difficult time per se. This is about you Scorpios arriving at nirvana. What do I mean when I say nirvana? I'm talking about that point in which you understand that it's not even you, that you can be good regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not. Because everybody, and this is what I've been talking about, but I'm gonna get into it. Everybody, no exceptions, is gonna come to my same conclusion. This is the, what do they say? This is the event horizon. This is the event horizon. This is the, you know what I'm saying? This is the point of singularity. And what I mean when I say the point of singularity, I mean from the perspective of, and roll with me, Scorpio, let me cook. I'm talking about it from the perspective of everybody will understand things from my conclusion, because it's not my conclusion. It's a conclusion that I came to using my common sense and using all the knowledge that I've had and experience that I've had prior. That when it comes to relationships, you can't force anyone to be in a relationship with you. And that because you can't force people to be in a relationship with you, people are going to be dysfunctional. And because of the fact that they're dysfunctional, guess what that happens? Guess what that means for you? The best thing that what it means is that the best thing for you means that you can't be part of the dysfunction, and you have to be on point yourself. And when you understand that you have to be on point yourself, that most people are not built for a relationship, do you think that that makes you weaker or stronger? The answer is that it makes you stronger, because you understand, you now understand that the universe literally bends to you. You understand that people are afraid of you because they are afraid of love. They are afraid of being in love. Right? They'd rather do all manner of stupid stuff than they actually be in a real relationship, a functional one. Pay attention to how I just said a few minutes ago about how most people, they start trying to, when you start talking to them about love and marriage and stuff like this, everybody is quirky. Everybody is right? They tweaking. Right? They tweaking. And the reason why they tweaking is because they want it, but they scared of it. So that's when, so you could use love to empower yourself, is what I'm getting at. Because now the Three of Cups and the High Priestess, the High Priestess right here, right? The Three of Cups speaks to how utilize your friendships to actually get yourself into love, right? Utilize your friendships to also not just like mingle and get to know other people, right? See if you could work into a relationship, but also understand what comes with that as well, right? Because what I'm saying to you, Scorpios, is that you're at a point where you're not there yet. You're arriving at a point where you are figuring out for yourselves what is love, what is good for, what is a relationship good for, what is going on. Some of the other zodiac signs have come to the realization and they are actually embracing it. You Scorpios haven't reached nirvana as of yet. You're arriving to it at your own pace, because you need to, y'all are the investigators. So you're investigating to see if I'm full of it. But you're also investigating it to see if this thing is real, if this is a real substance, if this is a real phenomenon. And what I'm telling you is, yes, it is real. It's just that you just have to come to the conclusion by accepting it and experience that when it comes to the matters of love and things like that, yes, it exists, but a lot of people are not really ready to step into it because, again, like an MMA fight, like right, an MMA fight, they're very guarded, And they can't win doing this all the time. They have to pay attention to what their opponent is doing. They have to fight long. They have to have different tactics, right? Throw out some feints to an individual that is wasting their time. Stuff like that. But sitting around scared to get hit, essentially by love, and by thinking that love is there, but it's not going to actually win you anything. So let's clarify the Tower. Four of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the Afterlife card, the Three of Pentacles, and then you have the Nine of Swords. So to clarify the first card, the Tower card, right? Scorpio energy all over the place. You have the Afterlife card. I can't say the D word. And then you have the Tower. Both of these represent Scorpio. So the Four of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and then the that's the news right there. But that's the news helicopter. But the Afterlife card speaks to how you Scorpios basically, again, you don't understand how great you Scorpios are yet. And you still haven't figured it out. You Scorpios are doing amazing feats of great things, but you haven't really figured it out yet. Everybody's going to come to the conclusion that it's about embracing your own strength. And that, yes, you are looking for said relationship, but you need to develop the eyes to see that people are BSing. People are scared, right? You need to see that people will say certain things out of fear, out of fear and stuff like this. So then you have the Three of Pentacles, and then you have the Nine of Swords, right? And these two cards represent, so you have to build something with someone that isn't afraid of that. You have to go searching for that. You have to become okay with it to a certain extent, that a lot of people are going to be afraid of love, and they're going to be afraid of you because you now represent love, and that they are afraid of that. So therefore they are afraid of you. You out here looking for a real significant other, for real. You're not playing games. That's scary to a lot of people, fam. You're not trying to indulge in dysfunction. That's scary to a lot of people. You know how many people I scare, right? Emotionally, you know how many people I scare based upon not holding on to anyone too tightly and letting people go and just being like, okay, it is what it is. Tons. So the Nine of Swords right here represents, don't allow that to get you down. Understand that that's just a part of what it is. So that's it for now. I know that kind of went on, but it needed to really be talked about because you Scorpios are missing a piece, right? It's like you're like the Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're missing the realization of what it actually is. You're there, but you haven't. You're knocking on the door, but you haven't opened it yet. You haven't realized that the door is not locked. But that's it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Have a good one, Scorpios. Peace.